Hi guys, so good evening and welcome back to my magical world. It's me, Frostbite Goddess, your favorite celebrity here in the Philippines. It's 11:57 in the evening right now. Today is March 21st, 2025, and it's Friday today. So thank God it's Friday. I've been trying to. I'm a bit. No, not a bit. I'm tired today, but I have a really productive day today. Um, I paid for something, um, and work. After that, I run. So overall, it's really a productive day. I also did some chores, which is, the part where you just have to do it. Guys, like it's so. I'm really um the feeling that you really like wanted to rest. Like I wanted to rest for like a complete month, like away from another planet. Like I wanted to wake up not disturbed. You know that I'm always disturbed at work, at home, and everywhere else in between. I'm always disturbed. Like I just wanted the complete peace and quiet, in this realm, not on the other side. So yeah. So, kailan kaya yun mangyayari? Like, gusto ko yung, I wanna wake up with, not early wake up. If I have to wake up early, I have to go to sleep early. So that I'll have like a complete, um, sleep cycle, which is the very thing that my body and my mind needs. So, eventually, sana, after a few months, time is ticking. Siguro, um, 3 more months, and I'm going to rest. Like, I'll rest my mind, my heart, my body, and soul. Not my soul. It needs to be working for you guys. So let's continue reading. We're on to page 181 and 182 of the book Mastery. It's Friday today. Kanina pala. It's Friday, so I hope you have the rest that you needed the most. Like myself. Like, nakakaasar guys. Like, feeling ko gusto ko, I wanna go to Italy or Japan, wake up in a nice view hotel, or, not disturb. I wanna wake up with kisses and fruits close to me, or hugs, or maybe a hot coffee. Eventually soon. Darating din tayo dun, guys. Okay, let's read na for now. Ang daming kailangan gawin, ang daming kailangan isipin. Aasar na ako. Gusto ko na lang diba, I told you, nasa burnout phase na ako ngayon. Ay, malapit na. I will not care to fucking a single soul. Dapat wag ako maubos completely. I need the rest that I well deserve. So, on the other hand, it is always best to choose a task that is slightly above you, one that might consider ambitious on your part. This is a corollary of the law of creative dynamic. The higher the goal, the more energy you will call up from deep within. You will rise to the challenge because you have to and will discover creative powers in yourself that you never suspected. You have, every one of us guys is unique, right? You have inner power or inner magic that you have to awaken. It's on you guys on how to do that. Like myself, I've harnessed the things that I've, you know, things that I have to embody to move forward with life and to succeed, you know. So ayan, um you really have to be tapped in order for you to uh recognize your own strength and your own power. Second, you must let go of your need for comfort and security. So, ito yung iniiwasan natin. So, I've met a lot of people that are staying in one job just because, it's comfortable, it's close to their home, it's convenient, which is not supposed to be that way. You really need, I don't know, maybe it's just, is it just me? Because I know that a lot of people are like that. I'm only considering that for the amount of responsibilities that I have in on my own plate. But if only if it's just me and I will not consider anybody else, I will eventually explore the whole universe. So, but we have duties and responsibilities or moment or temporary responsibilities that we have to take care of. So, hindi naman natin yun sometimes, kahit gusto mong takbuhan, hindi mo naman siya matakbuhan, di ba? So, yun nga. Timing and patience are really mahirap siya, guys. Pag tsempohan. So, you just maybe deal with it for now. Let's deal with it for now. Kasi eventually, when you get fed up, you will definitely, or you'll eventually choose what you want in life. If you got fed up, so sana wag tayo umabot sa ganun. Pero ako, aabot ako sa ganun. Alam ko eh. I know myself. Creative endeavors are by their nature, uncertain. You may know your task, but you are never exactly sure where your efforts will lead. If you need everything in your life to be simple and safe, this open-ended nature of the task will fill you with anxiety. If you're worried about what others might think and about how your position in the group might be jeopardized, then you will never really create anything. You will, unconsciously, tether your mind to certain conventions and your ideas will grow stale and flat. If you are worried about failure or going through a period of mental and financial instability, then you will violate the primary law of the creative dynamic, and your worries will be reflected in the results. Think of yourself as an explorer. You cannot find anything new if you are unwilling to leave the shore. So, the world is wide, is bigger than you think. There's a lot of to explore. There are really, really good people out there. Connect with me, guys. So you just have to connect with them. People that don't, genuine people, people that have your best interest. People with good intentions overall. Ganun. Nandito na tayo sa step 2. Ang ingay naman ni Bambi. Nabubwisit na ako, guys. Baka ipagpatuloy natin ito bukas. Ang ingay, oh. Paano tayo wait lang. Ang ingay, guys. Siguro ipagpatuloy na lang natin ito bukas. Okay. Yung step 2. But I will upload it and, basta, guys. Bukas na lang. Okay. Nag-rest na muna tayo. To all my friends, I hope you are doing well. And I missed you. Hindi ko alam kung nanonood kayo eh. But, I wanted you to have a good night. Bukas ko na itutuloy yung iba, guys. Hi guys, so yan, let's just continue our discussion from last night because hindi natin siya natapos, okay? Listen up and listen very carefully. Step 2, the creative strategies. Okay? Think of the mind as a muscle that naturally tightens up over time unless it is consciously worked upon. What causes this tightening is twofold. First, we generally prefer to entertain the same thoughts and ways of thinking because they provide us with a sense of consistency and familiarity. Sticking with the same methods also saves us a lot of effort. We are creatures of habit. Dali lang. We are creatures of habit. Second, whenever we work hard at a problem or idea, our minds naturally narrow their focus because of the strain and effort involved. This means that the further we progress in our creative task, the fewer alternative possibilities or viewpoints we tend to consider. This tightening process afflicts all of us, and it is best to admit that you share in this flaw. The only antidote is to enact strategies to loosen up the mind and let in alternative ways of thinking. This is not only essential for the creative process, but is also immensely therapeutic for our psyches. The following 5 strategies for developing such flexibility have been distilled from the lessons and stories of the most creative masters, past and present. It would be wise to adopt all of them at some point, stretching and loosening the mind in all directions. Ayan, guys. Ayan. Tapos na ba? Oo. Tapos na natin yung step 2. And I will see you again later. Okay? By the way, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. Always move with grace. Okay? Hello guys again. I joke lang pala yun. We have to finish the pages 182. Okay? Tinapos ko kagad kanina. Like, sobrang funny. And I've been checking it. So, we have to finish this, okay? So, here is another subtopic. Cultivate negative capability. So, in 1817, the 22-year-old poet John Keats wrote a letter to his brothers, in which he explained his most recent thoughts on the creative process. The world around us, he wrote, is far more complex than we can possibly imagine. With our limited senses and consciousness, we only glimpse a small portion of reality. Furthermore, everything in the universe is in state of constant flux. Simple words and thoughts cannot capture this flux or complexity. The only solution for an enlightened person is to let the mind absorb itself in what it experiences, without having to form a judgment on what it all means. The mind must be able to feel doubt and uncertainty for as long as possible. As it remains in this state and probes deeply into the mysteries of the universe, ideas will come that are more dimensional and real than if we had jumped to conclusions and formed judgments early on. To accomplish this, he wrote, we must be capable of negating our ego. We are the nature, fearful, and insecure creatures. We do not like what is unfamiliar or unknown. To compensate for this, we assert ourselves with opinions and ideas that make us seem strong and certain. Many of these opinions do not come from our own deep reflections, but are instead based on what other people think. So most of the time, ganito, diba? We rely on what other shit they have to tell us. Furthermore, once we hold these ideas, to admit they are wrong is to wound our ego and vanity. Truly creative people in all fields can temporarily suspend their ego and simply experience what they are seeing without the need to assert a judgment for as long as possible. They are more than ready to find their most cherished opinions contradicted by reality. This ability to endure and even embrace mysteries and uncertainties is what Keats called negative capability. All masters possess this negative capability, and it is the source of their creative power. This quality allows them to entertain a broader range of ideas and experiment with them, which in turn makes their work richer and more inventive. Throughout his career, Mozart never asserted any particular opinions about music. Instead, he absorbed the styles he heard around himself and incorporated them into his own voice. Late in his career, he encountered for the first time the music of Johann Sebastian Bach, a kind of music very different from his own, and in some ways more complex. Most artists would grow defensive and dismissive of something that challenged their own principles. Wait lang guys ah. Ayan, continue. Instead, Mozart opened his mind up to new possibilities, studying Bach's use of counterpoint for nearly a year and absorbing it into his own vocabulary. This gave his music a new and surprising quality. Ba yan? Daming distraction. Wait lang guys ha. At a young age, Albert Einstein found himself fascinated by the apparent paradox of two people observing the same beam of light, one pursuing it at the speed of light, another at rest on Earth, and how it would appear the same to both of them. Instead, using available theories to gloss this over or explain it anyway, for 10 long years he contemplated this paradox in a state of negative capability. So, tapos na tayo guys. Seryoso na to. See you later!